Alright, so I'm literally just finding any reason to record things because ever since I started my vlog series, I've been like obsessed with making videos, and maybe it's because being a mom and my husband works in the afternoon and I can't really go and do anything. So I guess this is my way of being social or, doing something with my life besides schoolwork and studying, which I probably should be doing. Anyways, so I saw this picture going around Facebook earlier this week, and since I love math and I love making videos now, I decided to make a video explaining why I think this number is 38. So first off, we have three equations that kind of tell us what each of these symbols mean. So the first one is basically shape plus shape plus shape, or s plus s, s plus s plus s, and it equals 45. So, why does s plus s equal 45? Well, that's simple because there are three equivalent shapes added together to get 45. So s plus s means basically 3 times s, and so you divide each side by 3 and you get 15, which means that these are each 15. Okay, so then number 2. So here we have b plus s, or banana plus shape. So you have 2 equal looking bananas, and then the shape, which we already found was 15 in the last equation. So instead of b plus s, it would basically be 2b plus 15, since s equals 15. And so since it equals 23, you subtract both sides by 15 to get 8, and then divide by 2, and b equals 4, meaning each of these bananas equal 4. Alright, so then equation number 3, we see a banana and 2 clocks. So I'm just going to skip over what I wrote, and that's basically b plus c, or since we know what b is, we can say 4 plus c. So then you subtract the 4 from both sides, which leaves the 2c, and divide by 2, which equals 3. So these are 15, these are 4, and these are 3. Now, before we move on to number 4, we need to analyze what each of the symbols mean and why I think they mean that. So first, we'll start with something easy. These equal 4, right? Well, it's pretty simple to think that not only because of how the equation worked out, but if you count, there are 4 bananas in each of these pictures, like 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And then same thing with the clock. It's at 3 o'clock, and these equal 3 apiece. The shape is a little hard. A few comments on the original post said that you divide the 15 by 3 since there's 3 shapes. I think that's wrong. I'm not a math genius or anything, so this is just purely what I think. But what I think, because these aren't the same equal shape, like there's a square, a pentagon, a hexagon, because they're all different, I think that they shouldn't be considered equivalent, so you can't divide the 15 by 3, because that would be saying that each of these shapes are equivalent. So what I think is, if you count every side, it'll equal 15. So there's 4 sides in a square, 5 sides in a pentagon, and 6 in a hexagon. If you add all those together, they equal 15. So now that we got that out of the way, you go to number 4. And number 4 is basically C plus B times S. And I changed it to lower caps since they're not the same as above here if you look closely. As you can tell, this clock is at 2 o'clock instead of 3. This only has 3 bananas instead of 4, and this is missing the square. So because of that, and because we analyzed the other ones, we can assume that this clock is equal to 2 because it's at 2 o'clock, just like this clock is equal to 3 because it's at 3 o'clock. So we can just assume this one is worth, or its value is 2. We can assume that the B, or banana, that their value is 3 each because there's 3 bananas. Just like these have 4 bananas in them, and these have a value of 4, we can just assume these are 3. And like I described with the shape up here, counting the sides, we can assume this shape has a value of 11 because it's missing the square or 4 sides. So because of that, with that being said, I assume that the equation would be 2 plus 3 times 11 equals what I think to be 38. So because of order of operations, that means that this would be in parentheses. I added these. These were not originally there. So you would do these first, which would be 11. And then you just add the 3 and 2, which equal 38. And here's the math I did. And I added logically because logically, but just basing off the logic and relating to the other shapes, these are what I stated for value up above. So, I mean, if you're in math, or if you like math, or if you understand math, you understand that this is 15 only because you're adding all 3 together and they equal 15, so you just divide by 3. You could have used anything. You could have just used a square and it would have just been square plus square plus square, and each of those squares would have been 15. So it's not based off the how many number of sides or anything, but because of how these ones did correlate to their value, we can just assume logically that this is 2, 3, 3, 11. But like I said, math, you can use any symbol to mean any number, or any variable for any number, I should say. Like I said, I was just looking for a reason to make a video, and I like math, and I like doing math, so I decided to take a video of it. So I guess that's that, and if you have any different answers, if you have a different way of doing it, feel free to comment. I am open to seeing other people's ideas and how they did the work and what they got for an answer. So thanks for watching.